Imagine this. Your highest grossing film earned $76 million, and you walk into a studio with a proposal for a $175 million movie. Sounds insane? But that's exactly what Paul Thomas Anderson did. This is his most expensive and also his highest grossing film yet. Let's be clear, this is not a plot breakdown and not a scene explanation. Just facts, details, and the things hidden behind the camera. To understand the scale, his previous film, Licorice Pizza, had a $40 million budget and earned just $34 million worldwide. So why did Warner Brothers take this risk? The answer? Leonardo DiCaprio. His standard fee is around $25 million. The studio decided his name would justify the budget. And this film is based on a novel by Thomas Pynchon, an author so complex that his books were long considered unadaptable for film. Anderson wanted to adapt the novel Vineland since the early 2000s, but he couldn't find the right form. For nearly 2 decades, he developed this script. He had 3 ideas: a desert chase thriller, a story about a father and daughter, and a female revolutionary. He merged them all and added Pynchon's elements. The result? A film critics call a masterpiece. 94% on Rotten Tomatoes, 95 on Metacritic, 13 Oscar nominations. Originally, it was meant to be called The Battle of Bactan Cross, named after a fictional California town where the protagonist hides. But the final title is One Battle After Another. This phrase comes from a 1969 statement by the left-wing group Weather Underground. From now on, one battle after another. White youth will join the struggle and take risks. Pig America, beware. Inside you grows an army, and it will destroy you. The first and last sentences of the statement are used in the film's dialogue. The character Perfidia says, "Revolutionary violence is the only way." This line is a direct quote from a 1970 Weather Underground communique, a declaration of war read by Bernardine Dorn. Anderson didn't just take the title. He weaves radical history into the story. The final chase, one of the most thrilling scenes of the movie, wasn't even in the script. Anderson spent 4 hours scouting locations for the car sequences. Then he saw the road dips. He called it the River of Hills. He grabbed his phone, zoomed in, and thought, "This is perfect." That's where he figured out how Via stops the car in the blind zone, an improvisation that gave one of the year's best scenes. Direct homage to classics: Bullitt, 1968, The French Connection, 1971, Mustang vs. Charger, just like in Bullitt. Anderson shot on VistaVision, a 1950s film format that gives incredible sharpness and texture. It's only the second film of the 21st century to use this format. Why does it matter? Because it creates a raw, tactile look, like The French Connection. The only CGI in the film? Vape smoke. Everything else? Real. Even the moment where Bob falls off a roof, gets tased, and falls is real stunt work. They stitched the stunt and DiCaprio with minimal VFX. Maximum physics. Now the details that most viewers missed. Danvers, the investigator, played by not an actor but a former HSI special agent. The Bedford Forrest Medal that Lockjaw receives, named after the first Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan. In the finale, Lockjaw is shown Room 55, a neo-Nazi symbol. Lockjaw dies there from gas, a direct analogy to the Holocaust. To enter the Christmas Adventurers Club, you must tap the rhythm of Jingle Bells. The mansion? It's Ronald Reagan's real house in Sacramento when he was governor. Avanti, the bounty hunter, partial native heritage. His name literally means forward in Italian. And it's also the name of the newspaper where Mussolini worked before being expelled for supporting the First World War. The song Perfidia played at the end, Los Panchos version, is a Mexican standard about unfaithful love, which connects to Via's mother and Lockjaw's obsession with her. Chase Infinity, her film debut. 24 years old, playing 16. Anderson spotted her in Presumption of Innocence. Sean Penn read the script and instantly said yes. Friends with Anderson. Tiana Taylor did her own stunts, critically praised as one of 2025's best roles. Benicio del Toro, his 4th time working with Penn. French 75, real musicians. The film is dedicated to 2 people, Anderson's mother Edwina and Adam Somner, his first assistant director. They worked together on 5 films. Somner died of thyroid cancer on November 27, 2024, after shooting before the premiere. This was their last collaboration. So what's the bottom line? Worldwide gross over $200 million. First PTA film to cross $100 million worldwide. But with a $175 million budget, you need $300 million to break even. Technically, a flop. But critics? 13 Oscar nods, 4 Golden Globes, one of the year's best films. Steven Spielberg personally told Anderson how much he admires the movie, and Michael Mann called it one of his favorites of 2025. Commercial failure? Maybe. Artistic triumph? Absolutely.